Our topic is cybersecurity and how it's handled in the United States. Being advanced in technology and a major developed economy, the U.S. has become dependent on that technology. The internet and related technologies being a major reliance for the U.S., which in turn leaves the U.S. vulnerable to attacks in cyberspace. The members of Echo Group are Austin, Tram, Amanda, and Shane. We will cover the following general areas that protect the U.S. The U.S. federal government, U.S. military, general U.S. industry, and higher education in the U.S., specifically Arizona State University. The United States federal government. The .gov domain is for U.S. government entities and was established in 1985. The United States of America is the only country to have established top-level domain. The U.S. government plans for cybersecurity is presented with the National Cyber Strategies of the United States of America document. This document details how the U.S. government will have a fully articulated cyber strategy going forward. There are 4 key sub-strategies noted in this document. 1. Defend the homeland by protecting network systems, functions, and data. 2. Promoting American prosperity by nurturing a secure, thriving digital economy and fostering strong domestic innovation. 3. Preserve peace and security by strengthening the ability of the United States in concert with allies and partners to deter and, if necessary, punish those who use cyber tools for malicious purposes. And 4. Expand American influence abroad to extend the key tenets of an open, interoperable, reliable, and secure Internet. The Federal Bureau of Investigation, FBI, is the top federal agency for investigating cyber crimes in the United States. They have a dedicated cyber division and specially trained agents that handle everything from online fraudulent activity to theft. The U.S. federal government has an entity dedicated to cybersecurity named the Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency, CSIA, which was established in November 2018. This agency works with the FBI to defend against threats that are cyber-related. This agency provides cybersecurity tools, incident response services, and assessment capabilities to safeguard the .gov networks that support the essential operations of partner departments and agencies. This agency has a website dedicated to advising the public on alerts, tips, activities in relation to cybersecurity defense. The public can also report incidents, phishing, malware, and vulnerabilities directly to the CSIA through their website us-cert.gov. United States military. The U.S. military falls under the Department of Defense, aka DoD. The DoD's mission provides the military forces needed to deter war and ensure our nation's security with the various armed forces and supporting roles. The corresponding .mil domain is associated with this department. The umbrella department within the DoD that handles cybersecurity is the U.S. Cyber Command, aka U.S. Cybercom or Cybercom. U.S. Cybercom has the mission to direct, synchronize, and coordinate cyberspace planning and operations to defend and advance national interests in the collaboration with domestic and international partners. This command falls under the Unified Combatant Command structure and could be on the same level, for example, as Central Command, overseeing the military in the Middle East, and the European Command, encompassing Europe and Russia, and works with the military, which is comprised of the Navy, Marine Corps, Air Force, and Army. The focus of the command is defending the DoD and providing support to combatant commanders for execution of their missions around the world and strengthening our nation's ability to withstand and respond to cyber attack. The vision of U.S. Cybercom is covered in the Achieve and Maintain Cyberspace Superiority document, which in turn takes its cues from National Defense Strategy document from 2018. Important notes from the superiority document state, U.S. Cybercom operates daily in cyberspace against capable adversaries, some of whom are now near-peer competitors in this domain, and adversaries continuously operate against us below the threshold of armed conflict. An example of domestic partners would be the various Armed Forces Component Command. An example of this would be Fleet Cyber Command, 10th Fleet, and Army Cyber Command. An internal group within U.S. Cybercom would be the Office of the CIO, which has the mission of service as the IA subject matter experts for the command, It is our mission to protect the confidentiality, integrity, and availability of information systems and networks throughout U.S. Cybercom, while managing a customer-oriented IA organization capable of meeting the needs of all U.S. Cybercom customers. The DoD has recently awarded the Joint Enterprise Defense Infrastructure, aka JEDI, which is a cloud computing contract to Microsoft in October of 2019. This DoD contract would change the current DoD IT infrastructure from its patchwork system, and it puts its technical infrastructure into cloud computing. What does industry in the United States do? The National Institute of Standards and Technology, a unit of the U.S. Department of Commerce, plays a significant role in the U.S. industry. Due to its long history of successfully addressing critical national issues, NIST was chosen to develop the cybersecurity framework at the direction of the Executive Order 13636 in February 2013. The joining of industry, academia, and government led to the Framework for Improving Critical Infrastructure Cybersecurity in February 2014, with an update to the document in April 2018 to version 1.1. The Cybersecurity Framework was created as a guidance framework to bring an organization better management and reduction of cybersecurity risks. The framework is designed to be a common language, so that people with different levels of cybersecurity expertise are able to easily understood among the adopters along with entities in the field. The framework is equipped with a catalog of cybersecurity outcomes which are built from existing guidelines and practices. It's also designed to be applicable to different types of industries, from agriculture, finance, to healthcare, for example. Even though the cybersecurity framework is still voluntary for industry use, NIST recommends all organizations from profit to nonprofit, as well as government agencies, to consider using the framework for a better understanding of their cybersecurity risks. The adoption of the cybersecurity framework has been increasing, with 21 states currently utilizing it along with various international organizations. There are also success stories of using the framework to improve cybersecurity risk management. The Intel use case is a great example of using the cybersecurity framework in a pilot project to improve risk management. Intel's approach was to create an enterprise-level risk heat map that can assist risk tolerance and prioritization. Intel customized the framework structure to fit their business needs by creating the 4-phase process and adding people, process, technology, and environment. After using the framework, Intel states that the framework can provide value to even the largest organizations and has the potential to transform cybersecurity on a global scale by accelerating cybersecurity best practices. What does higher education do to handle their cybersecurity? Higher education has to adhere to a variety of different regulations and policies when it comes to managing information security. To explore this topic, we will be looking at a brief overview of the regulations and policies while taking an in-depth look into how Arizona State University practices information security. The following regulations and policies help govern and direct cybersecurity by outlining what information is sensitive in nature and needs to be secured. They can also identify how the information is to be secured and what are the requirements someone needs to meet before obtaining certain information. These play a part in cybersecurity by adding a layer of complexity. The Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act, FERPA, is a federal law that protects the privacy of student education records. FERPA identifies who qualifies as an eligible student and what specific records are protected. The Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act provides a guidance for protecting the privacy and security of individually identifiable health information, PHI. This is broken into the Privacy Rule and the Security Rule. These records are separate from FERPA records. The Gramm-Leach-Bliley Act is a law that requires financial institutions to explain how they share and protect their customers' private information. This transparency helps keep the customer informed while allowing them to choose the correct organization that is going to protect their information. The Information Security Modernization Act of 2014, FISMA, requires the federal agencies to develop, document, and implement a program to provide information security for the information and systems the organization utilizes. Under FISMA, agencies have to plan for security, ensure appropriate officials are responsible for security, periodically reviewing their controls, and authorize system processing prior to its operations. FISMA publications are developed by NIST. The Higher Education Act authorizes and governs federal student financial aid programs and competitive grants. The Health Information Technology for Economic and Clinical Health Act was signed by the Obama administration and expands on HIPAA by tightening regulations and regarding electronic documents while removing HIPAA loopholes. Lastly, the payment card industry data security standard identities and governs the use and privacy around electronic payments. While the majority of the transactions being conducted through the internet, this is a big target for hackers. Arizona State University has identified the Information Security Office with the responsibilities of managing the Information Security Program at ASU. Their purpose is to establish the frameworks used to protect ASU's computing, internet, and communication resources from accidental and unauthorized access damage while preserving the open sharing requirements of the academic culture. ASU utilizes 4 major focus areas to manage their information security program: governance, implementation, awareness, and risk management. Their governance comes from higher authorities and influences the regulations and policies that ASU implements throughout its organization. These governing organizations help ASU build a comprehensive framework of security. ASU implements these policies to preserve the confidentiality, integrity, and availability of their information. This is done through information security programs and disseminations. As these policies get implemented, ASU begins to increase awareness by educating the community through training courses and publications. They also maintain a great resource website, getprotected.asu.edu, to help spread the awareness and training. The last focus area is risk management. The goal of this step is to assess information security risks and provide timely responses to security incidents. This is completed through security monitoring and auditing completed by ASU and their third-party contracts to ensure the information is protected. To achieve their information security goals and policies, ASU has developed an information security strategy plan. ASU implements a variety of options to help improve their information security. The first is through multi-factor and dual-factor authentication. These additional authentication methods help reduce the vulnerability of an individual account and help defend against phishing scams. Antivirus software can be helpful to keep your computer safe. ASU provides its consumers with some helpful knowledge regarding their systems and what virus protection might be best for their needs. To ensure the data is secure, ASU implements 3 different types of encryption. Endpoint encryption to ensure the physical computer is protected from unwanted access, encryption in transit to reduce the chance of your data being accessed as it travels through the network, and enterprise and systems encryption to ensure the enterprise systems that are the backbone of ASU are kept safe and secure. In order to ensure that their objective of embedding information security into the culture of ASU, the ISO has developed comprehensive security training that can be accessed from their getprotected.asu.edu website. Passwords are difficult to remember and often reused across multiple sites. To fight against this, ASU implements their own password policy and ensures that it is changed regularly. Additionally, ASU lists some resources for password management software that consumers can utilize to help ensure that they are not reusing passwords and that those passwords are secure. Lastly, ASU implements an extensive security review and risk assessment of frameworks to ensure that the data is being protected. This is through regular audits, app and network scanning, secure VPN, and more. Here are our questions for you. Please feel free to discuss with us. Thank you for your time.